New horror story. Something was wrong with my passengers. I just figured out what I've been doing for the past 3 months, and I think I'm going to throw up. You have to understand, I thought I was helping people. It started with the ride requests. Always the same account name, Riley M. Always between 2 and 4 a.m. Always cash payments, which was weird because the app showed a credit card on file. But night drivers don't ask questions when someone's paying double the fare in crumpled 20s. The first pickup was outside a 24-hour laundromat on Bleecker Street. A young woman, maybe 19, clutching a backpack like it contained her entire life. Her hands were shaking so badly she could barely pull the door handle. She whispered the address, some industrial district I'd never heard of, and spent the entire ride staring out the back window. "You okay?" I asked, as we pulled up to a warehouse with no visible numbers. She pressed $40 into my palm, way more than the fare. "Thank you," she whispered, and something in her voice made my chest tight. "You probably saved my life." I sat there, watching her disappear into the shadows between buildings, telling myself I'd done something good, maybe help someone escape an abusive situation. The news is full of stories like that. But then, Riley M. requested another ride the next week. Different pickup location, a bus station this time. Different passenger too, an older man, probably mid-40s, wearing clothes that looked like he'd been sleeping in them. Same nervous energy, same desperate gratitude, same industrial district destination. "This is perfect," he muttered as we drove through empty streets. "Nobody would think to look there." The warehouse district became familiar, always the same drop-off point, just outside a chain-link fence with razor wire. Sometimes I'd see my previous passengers in the distance, moving between buildings like ghosts. They looked different, thinner, like the spark behind their eyes had dimmed. By the fifth ride, I started recognizing a pattern. Riley M. only requested rides when someone specific was working dispatch, always Sarah's late shift. The pickup locations were always transportation hubs or transitional places, bus stations, shelters, cheap motels, and every passenger looked like they were running from something. I convinced myself I was part of an underground railroad for desperate people. That thought helped me sleep during the day. Last Tuesday, I got another ping from Riley M. The pickup was a college campus, outside the library. A girl, couldn't have been older than 18, sat in my back seat wearing a university sweatshirt and clutching a letter. "My parents don't know where I am," she said, quietly. "I just need to disappear for a while." I should have asked more questions. Should have wondered why someone who wanted to disappear was using a rideshare app connected to their real identity. Should have questioned why the same person kept paying cash for rides they were supposedly ordering through an account. Instead, I drove her to the warehouse. But this time, I decided to wait. Something had been bothering me for weeks, a detail I couldn't shake. I parked down the street and watched through my side mirror. Riley M. was already there, waiting, by the fence. And Riley M. wasn't a passenger at all. Riley M. was the person all my passengers were running to. I watched him guide the college girl through a gap in the fence, his hand possessive on her shoulder, watched her reluctance turn to confusion, then fear, watched her try to pull away as he steered her toward the warehouses where all the others had gone. That's when I understood. The nervous passengers weren't people escaping danger. They were people becoming the danger's next target. Young, desperate, isolated, people who'd told someone they wanted to disappear, and I'd been delivering them. The credit card on file wasn't Riley M.'s. Every ride had been paid for by the passengers themselves, ordered through stolen accounts or fake profiles. Riley M. had been using the rideshare app like a meal delivery service, and I'd been bringing him exactly what he wanted, people no one would miss. I drove home and started going through my ride history, matching faces to news reports, missing persons cases, college students who dropped out suddenly, runaways whose families had stopped looking. 12 rides, 12 people. But here's what I can't stop thinking about. What's making my hands shake as I record this. If Riley M. was always waiting at the warehouse, If he never actually requested the rides himself, who was really placing those orders? Thank you for listening. If you really liked the story, please like the video and subscribe for more.